Hey everyone, check it out. Indian Motorcycles has released their 2024 lineup, and from what I can see so far, there's not a lot of differences from 2023. It'll be interesting to see if there are any new models released around turn of the year or in the spring, see what they do with that. I'm not too sure how I feel about them putting out their 2024 lineup so early. As far as a marketing strategy goes, it does get people, excited about the new models and maybe put in some pre-orders for that, but it also kind of shows their hand to Harley as far as what their pricing is going to be and whatnot, and gives Harley an opportunity to compete with them in a better way because Harley knows what their prices are and whatnot. I don't know if that's good or bad or if it's indifferent in that sense, but anyway, we're going to take a look at it and take a look at the lineup and see what they have coming out. Another piece of news, Indian Motorcycles has teamed up with the Litas. The Litas is a women's motorcycle group. They have over 22,000 members across 28 countries. Indian Motorcycle has an entire page dedicated to women riders, women's bike events, and the Litas. We're going to go through the entire new lineup and talk about the differences from the 2023 lineup as well as pricing changes. Stick around as we look at the details. So let's start with the standard bikes, the Indian FTR series. First up is the FTR base model. The FTR comes in at $13,500. It only comes in one color, red and black, with some white trim on the tank. The engine is a 1200cc V-twin with 120 horsepower and 87 foot-pounds of torque that peaks at 6,000 RPM. It has a 30.7-inch seat height, a 3.4 gallon tank, weighs 515 pounds, and has a 60-inch wheelbase. ABS and cruise are standard, and it has all LED lights. Not much difference here from the 23 FTR. It's the same price, same specs, except the 23 model had two color options instead of just one. Next is the FTR Rally, which has not been updated for 24 as of yet. At this point, they're still just selling the 23 model of the FTR Rally. $1,000 more though, at $14,500 for the 23 FTR Rally. It has knobby tires, an additional 3/4 inch of ground clearance, and a seat height at 32. It only comes in one color, black smoke. Following that in the price range is the FTR Sport at $15,750 for the light gray and $16,000 for the dark gray. This is back down to the normal ground clearance and seat height. This comes with riding modes, lean angle sensitive ABS, stability control, traction control, and something they are calling wheelie and rear lift mitigation. I am guessing it helps control the acceleration and deceleration to avoid wheelies and rear lifts. Next is the FTR R Carbon at $17,250. Only one color here as well, a color they are very originally calling carbon fiber. This is basically the same as the FTR Sport, except for the $1,500 extra cost for the carbon fiber look. So far, all of these models have been the same as 2023, except for color changes. But here's where Indian made, so far, what looks to be the only model change for 2024. They did away with the FTR Championship Edition, which was priced at $16,500, and they added the FTR X100% R Carbon. This is a collaboration model with the company 100%, which makes sunglasses, goggles, gloves, stuff like that for outdoor activities. The FTR X100% R Carbon has a premium seat, upgraded rear suspension. It comes in one color, blue carbon fiber, all for $19,000. Moving on from the standard bikes to the lightweight cruisers, we have the Scout series. The overall price range of the Scout models is staying the same for 2024, with a couple of minor price increases in the middle of the range and of course some color changes. Let's take a look. All the Scouts have a 3.3 gallon tank, a really low 25.6 inch seat height, a 5 inch ground clearance, and a 62 inch wheelbase. They all weigh anywhere between 545 and 565 pounds. The Scouts are basic cruisers with halogen lights and no cruise control, and ABS is optional. The Scouts are divided into two engines, the 60 cubic inch V-twin with 1000cc giving 65 horsepower and 78 foot-pounds of torque, with a 5-speed transmission. The other engine is a 69 cubic inch, which is 1133 cc, giving 100 horsepower and 72 foot-pounds of torque, with a 6-speed transmission. Starting at the bottom of the list in terms of price is the Scout Barber 60, starting at $10,750 for black without ABS. This is a blacked out bike. It has bobbed fenders and a single seat, but has regular mirrors, not bar end mirrors. The other colors come with ABS. Those are black metallic, black smoke, red, and white. Price for the color options goes up to $12,150. Next is the Scout Rogue 60. 23 model was $10,750. Same as the Scout Barber 60. For 2024, the price has gone up $500 to $11,250 for the black without ABS. The Scout Rogue 60 is blacked out like the Barber 60. Same bobbed fenders, single seat, and regular mirrors, but also has a 19-inch front wheel with a thinner tire instead of the regular 16-inch fat tire. It also has a quarter fairing on the front and mini ape handlebars. Other colors are metallic black, blue, and gray, all with ABS, and prices going up to $12,650. The last of the Scouts with the 60 cubic engine is the Scout 60, starting at $11,750 for the black without ABS. This has the regular big fenders, chrome pipes, and mirrors, but still with the blacked out engine. Metallic black and gray are the other colors, both with ABS, putting the price up to $13,150. Moving up to the 69 cubic inch engines, we start with the Scout Bobber for $12,250 for the black without ABS. This is blacked out except for the chrome engine heads and has bar end mirrors on it. This is a very popular bike and comes in a ton of colors: metallic black, black smoke, sagebrush smoke, silver quartz smoke, blue metallic, red smoke, gray icon, copper icon, and red icon. Prices with colors and ABS range from $13,150 to $14,650. Next is the Scout Rogue, starting at $12,750 for black without ABS. We have bar end mirrors and a fully blacked out bike, 19-inch front wheel, quarter fairing, and mini ape handlebars. Other colors are black metallic, black smoke, sagebrush smoke, gray with graphics, storm blue, black icon, and metallic copper icon. Prices range up to $15,150. Next is the Scout Bobber 20, a bit of a unique bike. I'm not sure if I've ever seen one on the road. It's a bit of a combination between a bobber, a rogue, and a classic cruiser. It has bobbed fenders and bar and mirrors, also has the mini apes like the Rogue does, but has spoked 16-inch wheels, not cast wheels, and has chrome header pipes with the black exhaust pipes. The black non-ABS model is $13,250. It comes in black, silver quartz smoke, and maroon metallic, ranging up to $14,650. All color options include ABS as usual, and the icon on the tank. Last of the Scouts is, well, the Scout. Standard dual seat, low handlebars, regular fenders, chrome mirrors and pipes, all the standard stuff. Black without ABS is $13,250 like the Scout Bobber 20, but ranges up to $15,650 for the color models, which are black, silver quartz, metallic, maroon metallic, blue icon, copper metallic icon, and black icon. One thing to note on the Scouts, and really it applies to all the Indian bikes, but definitely the Scouts for sure, the seats on these bikes sit farther back than other bikes because they have really long tanks. Indian offers reduced reach bars and seats for shorter people like me, but be aware that you'll pay a premium. Also, they say the reduced reach bars and seat is for people 5'6" and shorter. I am 5'7" and still needed them, so just be aware of that. These are fantastic bikes. I really enjoyed mine until I decided to upgrade to a touring bike. Low seat, lightweight, easy to handle. Only downside is that they tend to scrape the pegs really easy due to the low ground clearance. Incidentally, if you're going to compare with Harley-Davidson, neither the FTR nor the Scout really have a direct competitor in the Harley world. I suppose the Scout might be a competitor to the Nightster, but not really. They're too different in my mind to be direct competitors. Harley has yet to put out something to compete with the Scout. And because of the lack of interest in the Nightster and Sportster that I've seen anyway on the road, I have seen a big increase in the number of Indian Scouts on the road. Okay, now we move on to the midweight cruisers, starting with the Chief. The Chief models do a massive jump in engine power from the Scouts with the Thunderstroke 111 and 116 engines. The 111 engine is an 1811cc engine with 108 foot-pounds of torque for the Chief. The 116 engine is 1890cc engine with 120 foot-pounds of torque for the Chief. They say it's 1890cc, but if you look at the technical calculator for cubic inches to cubic centimeters, 116 cubic inches is actually 1901 cubic centimeters, which is the year that Indian started, so that's cool. The Chiefs have a 4-gallon tank and also have a 5-inch ground clearance, a 64-inch wheelbase, and a 26-inch seat height. Cruise control is standard along with LED lights, ride modes, keyless ignition, and Indian's rear cylinder deactivation, which disables the rear cylinder of the V-twin engine in slow stop-and-go traffic to reduce heat from the engine. Pretty cool feature. Anyway, on to the individual models. The basic Chief model starts at $15,000 and ranges up to $16,450 based on colors. The Chief has the Thunderstroke 111 engine, weighs 670 pounds, and is blacked out. Color options are black without ABS, maroon metallic without ABS, titanium without ABS, and then all three of those colors, black, maroon, or titanium with ABS. Next up is the Chief Bobber. The Bobber has your typical bobbed fenders and chrome header pipes and black exhaust pipes, as well as mini-ape handlebars. It also has the Thunderstroke 111. It comes in two colors, black and white, with ABS or without ABS. All of them have the icon on the tank. The Chief Bobber ranges from $16,500 to $17,950. Moving on to the Chief Dark Horse. With the Chief Dark Horse, we upgrade to the Thunderstroke 116 engine. Price ranges from $18,500 to $19,500 depending on color, which is $500 more than the 2023 model. ABS is standard on the Dark Horse. It weighs 670 pounds, is fully blacked out, thus the name Dark Horse, of course. Colors are black, blue, red, and sandstone smoke. We move on to the Chief Bobber Dark Horse with the Thunderstroke 116. It weighs 695 pounds, is of course blacked out, and has many apes. It ranges from $20,000 to $21,000 based on color, also up $500 from last year, and comes in black, gray, red, and copper metallic icon. Last of the Chiefs is the Sport Chief, which just came out earlier this year. It weighs 685 pounds and has a 6.5-inch rise handlebars, so slightly lower than the Mini Apes. Also has a quarter fairing and has a 1-inch higher ground clearance and a 1-inch higher seat height to give it more aggressive lean angle. Price range is $20,000 to $21,000. Colors are black, white, gray, red, and smoky quartz icon. This one is up a full $1,000 from last year. Next up is the Superchief, which only has two bikes. The difference between the Chief and the Superchief is that the Superchief has saddlebags and a windshield. The regular Superchief has a Thunderstroke 111 engine and only comes in black, either with or without ABS. It weighs 740 pounds. Price is $19,000 for non-ABS, $19,950 with ABS. The Superchief Limited has the 116 engine and is chromed out, and the price ranges from $22,000 to $23,000 with ABS standard on all, up $500 from last year. Available colors are black, white, blue, and maroon. The Chiefs are fun to ride in that they have an amazing power to weight ratio. The biggest gripe I had with them when riding the 23 Chief was the air handler on the left side that sticks out too far and hits my leg. From what I can see on the website, it doesn't look like that has changed, so other than being a fantastic fun bike to ride, I'm not a real big fan because of that air handler. The Chiefs are a direct competitor to the Harley Softail and Street Bob 114. The Sport Chief goes up against the Lowrider S. The Super Chief goes up against the Harley Heritage Classic. Harley has additional models in this mid-range that the Indian doesn't really compete with, like the Breakout, the Fat Boy, the Fat Bob, the Lowrider ST. The Chief and Super Chief bikes have more power than the Harleys, but the 2023 Harleys are actually priced slightly lower than the Indian Chief and Super Chief, but only by a couple hundred. We'll see what Harley does with their prices in 2024. Next we have the Indian Springfield lineup. First we have the regular Springfield, which has the Thunderstroke 111 engine. Unlike the 111 engine on the Chief, this one has 119 foot-pounds of torque. The Springfield has a 5.5 gallon tank, a 26-inch seat height, a long 67-inch wheelbase, and weighs 830 pounds. ABS is standard, along with cruise, hard saddlebags with remote lock, LED lights, quick-release windshield, keyless ignition, and tire pressure monitoring. The 2023 models were blue with silver and bronze with silver. This year we still have the bronze with silver, but the blue with silver has been changed to black with titanium. Price is $23,000 for both bikes, up $500 from 2023. The other Springfield is the Springfield Dark Horse. This has the 116 engine with 126 foot-pounds of torque instead of the 119 from the Chief. It is blacked out, has a 25.6-inch seat height, only weighs 790 pounds despite the bigger engine. It does not have a windshield stock from the factory. It comes in black and sagebrush, ranging from $25,000 for the black and $25,500 for sagebrush, up $1,000 from last year. These bikes compete with the Road King and Road King Special. Again, the new Indian Springfield Dark Horse is more expensive than the Road King Special, but a decent amount more powerful. Harley doesn't have a 2023 Road King standard because of the Highway King they released this year, so not a good comparison. Riding these bikes feels very different due to the different wheelbase and the different center of gravity. So if you're looking between Harley Road King and Indian Springfield, I would highly suggest trying them both because they do feel very different as far as how they ride. We continue on to the Indian Chieftain. Moving up to the touring bikes. It looks like all of the Indian Chieftain prices are up $1,000 from the 2023 models, like the Springfield. We start with the Indian Chieftain base model for $24,000. The Chieftain has a fork-mounted fairing on the front. It has the 111 engine with 119 foot-pounds of torque and only comes in black with chrome. ABS is standard. It has keyless ignition, a 100-watt sound system, 7-inch touchscreen, LED lights, ride modes, rear cylinder deactivation, and an adjustable power windshield. The bike weighs 823 pounds, has a 65.7-inch wheelbase, a 5.5 gallon tank, and a seat height of 25.6 inches. Next is the Chieftain Limited, which comes in black, maroon, and blue, and is chromed out as well, and has the 116 engine with 126 foot-pounds of torque. The Limited comes with some extra features: tire pressure monitoring, Apple CarPlay integration, navigation, and highway crash bars. Pricing starts at $29,000 for black and $29,750 for either maroon or blue. Chieftain Limited gives you the option of upgrading the audio to the power band audio system for an extra $1,250, so the bike ranges from $29,000 to $31,000. Next up is the Chieftain Dark Horse. This is the blacked out version of the bike. It comes in black, dark gray, white, and maroon for the regular model. Not much extra in features from the Limited. According to the website, if you buy the upgraded power band audio, you get additional colors to choose from: sandstone and stealth gray azure. Prices range from $30,000 to $33,000. The two extra colors that come with the power band audio upgrade are an additional $1,000 on top of the cost of the audio upgrade. These Chieftains compete with the Harley Street Glide and Street Glide Special. As is typical, they are more powerful than the Harley, but a couple $1,000s more expensive than Harley's current prices. They also have a lot more features than the Street Glide. For me, having the power windshield on the base model of the Chieftain was great. The infotainment system on the Indian beats the Harley Street Glide hands down, but the Indians are longer bikes and not as well suited for shorter people. They are amazing bikes to ride, having owned one for about a month. Last of the Chieftains is the Chieftain Elite. Indian puts the Elites in their own category, but since this is a Chieftain, we'll talk about it here. The only significant difference from the regular Chieftain to the Chieftain Elite is a special paint scheme, graphite and bronze, and a huge upgrade in the sound system to 400 watts. No real changes to the rest of the infotainment system. For a different color and a bigger sound system, you'll pay a whopping $35,500. The Chieftain Elite was introduced just a few months ago, so no changes for 2024. It is still currently labeled as a 2023 bike. This competes with the Harley Street Glide CVO, which is priced much higher at $43,000, but the Harley CVO has a 12-inch screen and a 500-watt sound system, as well as upgraded lights and some other premium features. Next we have the Indian Roadmaster, and I put that one here because the Roadmaster is basically the Chieftain with a tour pack on the back. You have 3 colors, black, black with titanium, and blue. Price ranges from $33,000 to $36,000 depending on color and whether or not you opt for the power band audio. Seat height is 26.5 inches and weighs 910 pounds. Heated grips, 200-watt sound system with the tour pack speakers as well. No real difference with the Limited and Dark Horse other than the colors they offer, and they are all in the $33,000 to $36,000 range as well. Okay, we move on to the Indian Challenger and its related bikes. When you look at the Harley competitor to the Challenger, which is the Road Glide, you'll note that the Harley Road Glide has the same engine options as the Street Glide and thus has similar pricing. That's not the case with the Indian Challenger. The Challenger brings in the Indian Power Plus engine, which only has 108 cubic inches, but boasts a whopping 128 foot-pounds of torque. That's only a couple more than the Thunderstroke 116, but it also has 122 horsepower, whereas the 116 only has 92 horsepower. So the engines are quite different between the Challenger and the rest of the Indian lineup. The Challengers have a 26.5-inch seat height, weigh about 830 pounds, have a 6-gallon tank, a frame-mounted fairing, LED lights, riding mode, 7-inch screen, ABS, cruise control, power windshield, basically all the same features as the Chieftain. Base model comes in at $26,500 for black and $27,250 for titanium. Prices are up $1,500 from 2023. The Challenger Limited comes in black, red, and white. Prices range from $30,000 to $32,750 with or without the power band audio. Additional features are basically the same as the Chieftain Limited: tire pressure monitoring, Apple CarPlay, navigation, highway crash bars. But unlike the Chieftain Limited and Dark Horse that have the 116 engine upgrade, there is no difference in the engine here, which means you're paying an extra $3,500 or more just for the extra infotainment features and color options to go to the Challenger Limited. The Challenger Dark Horse follows the same path. It comes in black, blue, and red for the regular model. If you add the power band audio, you get smoky quartz, gray, and orange options as well. Prices range from $31,000 to $34,750. Because of the upgraded engine on the Challenger and the much better features, you will see an even bigger price difference between the Challenger and the Harley Road Glide. Both are great bikes, but the Challenger comes out on top with more power and a lot better features, but you will have to pay for that. Next is the Challenger Elite. The Challenger Elite has the same engine, it just has a different color scheme and some upgraded features like the 400-watt sound system. It comes in at $38,500, which is $2,500 more than the 2023 model. Last in the lineup is the Pursuit lineup, which is the Challenger bikes with the tour pack on the back. The Pursuit lineup does not have a standard or base model. We have the Limited, which comes in black, blue, red, and titanium. If you add the power band audio, you also get copper. These bikes weigh in about 910 to 915 pounds and have the same 26.5-inch seat height as the other models, as well as the 200-watt sound system. Price range for the Limited is $35,000 to $39,000, again up around $3,000 to $4,000 from 2023. The Pursuit Dark Horse comes in black, dark blue, and gray, and the power band audio adds a white with dark gray option. Prices range from $36,000 to $40,000. The Pursuit Elite was just released a few months ago. It is also priced at $40,000 with a special color scheme and other premium features. Again, this is a competitor to the Harley CVO Road Glide, which isn't that much more expensive but has a bigger engine, bigger screen, bigger sound system, etc. All in all, between the Harley CVOs and the Indian Elite, if I had the money, I would probably go with the Harley CVOs. They're a little bit more expensive, but they have much better features. It will be interesting to see what Indian does over the next few months, especially after Harley releases their changes in prices in January. So other than removing one FTR model and replacing it with the 100% collaboration model, all we have in changes for Indian this year so far are color changes and a hike in prices. I must say I do like the color options this year, especially the touring bikes. I think they look very sharp, but dang, those prices are getting way too expensive. That is it for this one, folks. Stay tuned as we continue digging into the 2024 lineups. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless.